What did it open at yesterday?
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Good
Morning.
morning. Good morning.
What
You
up,
see the
what up?
market last night, boss?
I saw the market. I'm thinking, I don't know, call it a guess, but I'm thinking bullish today. I think
Yeah, it
that,
has to be after last night.
well, I'm thinking that we might
Hey,
push,
boss, I don't
like
see.
maybe we push the lows and then go up, just because I've
The low's too
analyzed.
far.
Look, I've analyzed everything. We are 150 points from our nearest CME volume level, or we're 50 points. So the chances of us going back up to 700 seem great. That's just my take on it.
Was it 780? Is what it opened at yesterday?
780. Let's see.
795. That's what the market opened at yesterday. And then it just fell from that point on.
Yeah.
So we got to
So
get back to that.
yeah. So what I was thinking about buying in at 642. I already have a limit order in with some predefined risk down below the low. So that could be a way to start. I was thinking that maybe when the market opened, it would flash down real quick, take the lows, and then go up. But
Take the low. Let's see, where's the low?
this current low that's about 10 points below current price, right at
632.
632. Yeah, or just wait until the open and just do what we normally do.
Just do what we do, boss.
Oh, the other thing too is Delta is just lined up. I mean, like if you look at Delta, let's see how long we got.
Morning.
Hey, good
Good
morning.
morning.
Okay, so let's see here.
7 seconds, boss.
Yep. There it is. All right.
Went down.
I can't hear anything.
Can you hear me?
Kept going. You can't hear us?
All right. I see some big orders coming in right now.
I just YOLO'd.
Did you?
Like, oh wow, it's still going. I just made like $700 in like
There's our volume level.
5 seconds.
Dude, the thing definitely did not go up. That's for sure.
Right.
I'm trying to see if some volume stacks up here at the bottom of this candle, and I might just front run it. I'm just keeping an eye on these volume levels here.
And I wish I held it.
We are at the midpoint of the day, and we're coming down and touching VWAP right there. I can't tell if that's my daily VWAP or my weekly. Yeah, that's my daily. Okay, so we literally just ran right straight down to perfectly the midpoint of the day.
Good morning. How's everybody doing this morning?
Doing good. Good morning. Yeah, so we just perfectly touched the midpoint of the day and VWAP. And I don't know why I've got some volume zones down here, but I'm going to delete those. Well, I was definitely wrong on the direction, huh, Cedric? I was like, yeah, this thing's got to go up. We're only 50 points from
I'm thinking
700.
the same. I was thinking the same thing, though. It already went down all night, and it was coming up.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, but this is good. This makes it even better because now we'll go ahead and get that. We'll go ahead and get that liquidity sweep out of here and done. So we've gone down, press the lows. Now we start waiting for price to do its thing. There's a good sweep or a good flush right there down at the bottom. Flipped over, buyer stepped in super heavy. We'll see if these lows hold up. Really buying anywhere in here as close to the low as possible is a good low risk buy. But be super smart with it because of what we just saw, how volatile that was. Or just wait for Titans. What did we get? A Titan right at the open as well. That's nice. It's always nice. Feel like that happened like 3 or 4 times this week. POC just shifted. POC just shifted down on both MNQ and NQ right here. Let's see, are these lows gonna hold up? Lot of big orders. A lot of big orders came in at 625, and we are at 589. So if you end up buying somewhere down in here, down in this low area, if it pops up, if it pops up, then 625 is going to be first target. See, this is about as low risk as it gets. We're about $170 in total risk right here, right now. Oh yeah, and by the way, guys, I am. Hold on, let me just look at this for a second before I get distracted. Okay, so I'm making an update as we speak. I'm gonna go ahead and do what I said I was gonna do with these volume levels. I'm combining it. It's gonna be a whole lot easier, so you guys can there it goes below the low. So I would really keep an eye on this, you guys. But I'm gonna consolidate it to where this is gonna save you guys a lot of chart room. So I'm putting NASDAQ, ES, and GC all in one. So you'll be able to add your levels to one indicator, and then it will automatically know if you're on, NASDAQ, ES, or whatever. So I'm watching this as a flush as well right now. We've got aggressive buyers stepping in, so and also look at Delta on the big picture. It's been cranking up the entire time. Price has been pushing down, so we have buyers in here. Let's see here.
My delta made a higher high, but price made a lower low. How would I perceive that?
So price made a higher high, Delta made a higher low. Is that what you said?
Price made a lower low, but CVD made a higher high.
Perfect. And you know what? So see, now that you guys are using a little bit more, you're going to start realizing what I was talking about when I said that. Oh yeah, what a crazy little area. We're wedged between the daily VWAP and the weekly VWAP. So I got weekly VWAP up at 673, and daily is what we're bouncing off down at 583, almost 100 points apart from each other. So just saying, if you were to buy right now, it's about a $500 risk for a $1,700 reward. But what was I saying right before? Forgot. Clyde, what'd you do to me?
You said something about we were halfway between the weekly VWAP and the daily VWAP.
Daily VWAP, yeah.
Yeah,
we wedged between.
Yeah, I thought I was talking about something else, but it's. I was saying something about Delta. I said, okay, yeah, I remember now. So now that you guys are using it more, you're going to notice what I'm talking about when I said there's two things. All right, so Delta will help you spot two things clearly, and it's absorption or exhaustion. So they're two very different things, right? One, when you have absorption, you have an engineered trap, something that's actually being engineered on purpose. And then you have exhaustion, which is obviously a totally different story. It's hard to tell the difference between the two of those with complete accuracy. So I just don't worry about it. And a lot of people have been asking me lately, you know, is this absorption or exhaustion, you know, because I'm seeing this and I'm seeing that. Don't worry about that. Don't make it difficult. All you need to do is spot the divergence. If you're seeing divergence, then something's happening. There it is.
Yep. See
I might not take
now
another
now
trade.
CB
Oh,
now
$600.
CBD now CBD then caught up with
Yep.
the price.
Mm-hmm.
So I
I'm
see
Yep.
gonna
what
take
you're
one.
saying now. I could have
Exactly.
got an early buy-in on that.
All right, so let's see. I'm testing. This is me testing the first version of this. So we got NQ, ES, DC, DC. So y'all see how I'm doing this? So now you're gonna be able to just pop all these in at once, and then you can switch between. I think Sheldon was the one that was really asking about this, and I decided to make the move. So now you put them all in here, press OK, and as long as I didn't just break it, we should see volume levels here on gold. I mean on NASDAQ. Now if I switch to gold, we see our levels on gold. Yep, perfect. And then let's just double check ES.
Yeah, so price made a higher, price made a lower low while CBD made a higher high.
Price made a. I remember I told you that if it did what it was doing, it was going to go up to what I say 625, right?
Yeah,
And
it went up there.
it went straight to 625. That's where all the volume was. So there it was. I mean, to damn near. Well, it went a little further, 3 points further, but I'm still bullish on this. I expected that it would first go down and then go up. I did not expect it was going to go down as far as it did.
Got a 5-minute setting up. Titan sell.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I'm just gonna stick to Titan today.
Yep. Keep it easy. Nice smooth day.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah. I hear you.
I'm already up.
Sometimes
I'm
I'm
already
like
up
that too.
about 100. Yeah, I'm already up about 100. No need to give any of it back.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to guess. Now it's different if you like that one you called to 625. It's
Mm-hmm.
different if I take advantage of something like that, but
Right.
I don't know what it's gonna do. I'm gonna act like I don't know.
I don't know what it's gonna do. I'm fine with saying that. I got ideas.
Maybe that 5-minute Titan will set up. Maybe we'll shoot up to back up to the 625 area. Then I got a POC hanging out around 627, 628.
Looking for my keys. Do you know where they are? Maybe.
Why is my CVD in the uptrend though? My CVD is trending up.
You have buyers.
Now price is going down.
Yeah, so you've
They
got
must be getting absorbed.
exactly. You're seeing the true story right there. You have aggressive buyers, whoever they are. You have buyers hitting hard, buying, but price is being pushed down intentionally.
Mm-hmm.
And this is an interesting area too, you guys, because we're at the POC. So a lot of people know that. Everyone knows that. So watch how it reacts to the POC. If we're getting a flush right now, right? We're getting a flush, and price is rejecting the POC. Probably not a good idea to buy it. We want to watch that POC and see how price reacts to it. It just rejected POC. So just to be clear, this looks like if we buy here, this is a textbook setup though with Delta. Yeah, I mean with anything and everything. This is textbook type of trade. It's just volatile, so depending on your account, you may need to switch over to M&Q or something like that, because like the easiest, most chill way to trade this is to you could surgically do it and look for the clear flush. Like right now, honestly, it's probably the lowest risk entry. Now, see, that's still 500, still risking 500. But if you put your stop at 68 and entered right about now, it's about a $250 risk. But that doesn't get it below the lows. That just gets it below the volume. Yeah. You need room for this one. Not mess with it yet.
She's a little tight now. She's a little tight.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just focus on this for now. Wait till 10.
Yeah, we're consolidating in this spot for a reason. I got a possible. We could go lower. Let's see what this next 5-minute candle do. 9:45, heading into the 10 o'clock. May get a push. May get a breakdown. Got a Titan setting up. 1 minute. If we keep going down.
Okay. I didn't do a ton of testing on this new volume levels version, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't a lot of work, so I'm pretty sure it's good to go. So you guys got the update now if you just refresh your trading view. So just to be clear how that works, what it's doing. What did we just make a new low? Let me see. Oh yeah.
I put Titan. That was a Titan setup too. I called it.
Nice.
Yep. Another low.
All right. Keep just let it do its thing. I'm fine with that.
Maybe another $45 on all of them.
But anyway, you guys, just for everyone that's not clear on this or didn't hear me talk about it, what I just did was I merged all volume levels together. So now the volumes indicator, you load NQ, buy, sell, ES, buy, sell, load it on all of them. That gets rid of the need to have 3 different charts with 3 different symbols. So it will automatically do its thing now. And I also made it for gold micro version too, so it'll work on either one of them. All right, so I guess we're gonna go ahead.
So Ken, you have to put the indicator on each chart still, though, right?
No, not anymore. Now
No?
you just put it all. Look at my screen. You put them
Okay,
all in here, and since they're preloaded in here, it'll automatically detect what symbol you're looking at, and so
Okay, gotcha.
you can you put it on one chart, and if you go to NQ, the levels are going to be they're super spread apart right now, but if you put them on NQ, you'll see them on NQ. If you go to gold, you'll see them on gold and ES. So that should save a little bit of work. The only thing you're going to need to adjust is the zone size, because obviously the zone is different, kind of different on different symbols, bigger on some, smaller on the others. All right, this looks like a really good area here. Oh wait, this is the ES. Well, either way, if it's on ES, it's probably on. Shoot, no, these look totally different. Look at how different ES and NASDAQ look from each other right now. Kind of crazy. Yeah. All right, we are tapping a zone here on NASDAQ. Perfectly tapping. Tippity tappeting. It's crazy how sometimes it hits that like to the tick. I love it for trading view. For it to be that accurate on trading view is cool to me. This is yesterday's low that we're breaking below. Oh wait, yeah, that was yesterday. We already broke below, but there we are again. All right, let's see who we got in here. Good morning, Antoinette, Lee, Cedric, Clyde, Couch, Darren, John, Mia, Les. I didn't hear you guys saying good morning.
Sure.
Everybody awake in here?
Wait.
Good
Morning,
morning. Good morning.
Morning, everyone.
Good
Morning,
morning.
everybody.
There it is. Pretty tight. And see, that's what I'm telling you, man. When the market's just moving one way like this, and especially if I'm analyzing it the opposite way, man, the best thing is to tighten and quantum. You see, I mean, look at since 5 minutes before open, quantum has been red the entire time. It helps a lot for me and the way my brain works. Like I need something that just tells me to sell and gives me structure whenever it's just running one way like this. And I don't want to tell anyone to go down to lower time frames or switch their trading plan, but when it's moving this fast and it's so volatile where candles are 1 minute candles are not breaking the high of the previous candle, obviously you're not going to get tons of tighten signals, but just remember inside of here, and again, I'm just showing you this 15-second time frame. If you go down, you're going to see the pullbacks in those candles, and you'll see that there are opportunities to enter into these trades, even when prices are moving down quickly like that.
Can you
All
guys
right,
hear me?
I hear you. Getting our first
Yeah, I've
little
been all
turnaround.
morning.
You've been on mute all morning? Hold on.
No, I had the wrong input for my microphone. I did say thank you for updating that. That's going to be nice.
Oh, yeah. I'm having issues here. What's this? Yeah. If I do it right now, though, okay. I'm gonna take my son to school real quick, just right across the street. It's funny, you guys. I don't get it. I do it just because I know how fast they grow up. But this school is 75 yards away from my house, and he wants me to drive him every day. But hey, you gotta enjoy that little bit of time. You know, they grow up quick.
Yeah, take a lot of pictures and video because you can't go back in time. That's as close as we get to time travel.
Yeah.
You're like, I look through all the pictures I've taken. There's a lot, and I'm like, man, I didn't take a whole lot of video.
Mm-hmm.
And it's free, you know.
Yeah, I see.
Joel.
I do the a good amount of photos and stuff. I love how the photos are backed up. You know what I mean? They're backed up and in the system. You know, where you can easily you know, they're just there. You got all those photos and they're just there and they're backed up and then you get those memories that come out.
What's nice is they're all dated. Like when I get like, when did I do that? I go back and look at it and I'm like, oh, I know exactly where that is. And I even, probably not a good idea to do this if you're being hunted by the IRS or the government or assassins. I have a location, so it shows where on the map the picture was taken, what time it was taken.
Yeah.
If someone wanted to track me down, I'd be so vulnerable.
Easy, huh?
Easy pickings.
Man, this little zone's really holding up right here, right now.
She's tanking, look like.
Oh, it pushed through it. It pushed through it.
That quarter point took off, did something to that boy, didn't it?
Yeah, we are. Did you just say quarter point? Are you talking about a quarter level?
Then what the Fed rate was, a quarter point, right?
Oh, I see what you mean. I thought you were talking about something else. I was like, man, I haven't heard that in a long time. Okay. I'm gonna take the boy to school. I'll be right back. Don't let it go up without me, you guys.
Too late, man. Too late, buddy.
Let's see before I go. Oh yeah, Delta is curved around. Look at this. And by the way, we got big orders coming in, but look at Delta. Delta is buying as prices are pushing down right now. So it's probably getting ready to find its spot. Didn't quite set up the way I'd like it to, but we're starting to get some pretty big buys in there. But we're so close to the daily low. I feel like if we're this close to the daily low, don't you think we'd probably go sweep it?
Let's just gonna do what we're gonna do.
Yeah. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. I wouldn't be surprised. By the way, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't run for the daily low while I'm gone, especially if 10 o'clock comes through. So you might look for a reason to sell down to that level if you get, say, for example,
as soon as you put the key in the ignition, it's gonna run. The second that key goes in the ignition, it's gonna run.
All right, I'll be back.
Government is coded to your ignition. Would you expect this to or anyone, would you expect this to sweep liquidity and then run, or just go?
But it being this close, it'd be hard not to just let it sweep it.
Right, I'm waiting for it to run. Dude, yesterday, as soon as the first half session, as soon as the NY session ended, and around 6 p.m. Eastern Standard, once it reopened, I was watching that all like evening up until 5 when the markets closed for New York session. Like I was like, it has to go down now at this point. And I wish I logged back on at any point in between 6 and 6:30 because I saw now this morning how much of a drop it went after the new open around 6 p.m. Eastern Standard. I had a feeling the profits. I wish I signed back on, dude. Look at that giant drop. Should have known.
Hey, do you guys know when you buy the accounts from Apex, do you have to buy each one of them individually, or can you buy them all at one time?
I think individually.
Okay.
Individually. I wish you could just buy like 5 at one time.
Yeah, like add a quantity and just do it that way. That'd be
Yeah,
great.
they all have a different number, so and they're all numbered, so
Okay.
individually.
All right, that works.
Definitely wants to sweep. I just wonder how fast it's gonna go back up. You know.
It's gonna go up like the speed of lightning. Right?
That's what I think. Just as fast as it went up, just as fast as it went down.
I hope it touches it. I got a TP right there, which I might actually. Oh yeah, no, I've already moved up a tiny bit. Yeah, look at those buys coming in and prices just being forced down. 250 contracts all throughout these candles. The price just keeps pushing down. It's hard for me to wrap my mind around it. The fact that we have more aggressive
Got a
buying.
green zone down here.
Do we have a green zone? Oh yeah, we're creating a green zone. Yeah, but yeah, it's hard to put my mind around it that we have such aggressive buying, but price is pushing down, which means that there's that the buys are being absorbed, but like it happens so fast. I just can't seem to see it on the DOM, and I wish I could see that a little closer. Or a little better. You can see how fast this is moving. Look at this. Look at that freaking tape, you guys. That's crazy.
So
Working them boys. Working them boys, man.
Yeah.
What information is all that?
I was almost setting up a time.
These are buy and sell orders hitting the market, and they're just hitting as fast as they can. And normally,
that's cool.
Yeah, it is, but it's like impossible to watch when it's moving that quick. Smart Dom. Let's see here. I'm gonna try this one. Oh, this is pretty cool. This lets you see pulling and stacking pretty good. See how it says right here, change limit order. So it's actually showing you the change in limit orders. Let me see.
So that's like a lot more people submitting buy limits, I guess, because it's green. Or
I don't know. I never looked at this before. I'm trying to figure it out.
sheesh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, that's cool. Seems like there's. I'm not sure what I mean. I'm sure what I'm about to say makes no sense. Seems like there's stronger sellers, but a lot more buyers.
Yeah. I'm trying to see it, but I can't really tell.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
I'm in there. I'm up 400.
Nice.
I have 0. Nice.
It turned around and did its thing. It's still weird to me that it hasn't hit the daily low. I feel like it'll probably go down there. Like this is the first push. I don't know this, but like this is the first push, and then we do something.
Could you see some consolidation forming first and then a push up or down? Like, since we're hitting this area.
So I just know normally if it gets this close to the daily low, we normally hit the daily low, right? This white line right here,
Right?
is the daily
Yeah.
low. The fact that that I don't see that now.
It's still going down there.
Now I will say that they did start buying. They started buying at 951, right? As price was still pushing down. So it's not like they just started, you know what I mean? Like they were buying into the weakness as price was pushing down. You can see it in the delta. If you look at it, you'll see that price was completely pushing down while delta was pushing up. And so and we're at the price. We're right at about the price that they started to buy in the first place. So that was about 475, and we're right at about that area right now. So we'll see. I gave back half my profits. I was trying to sell towards the daily low, and then price turned around and put in a bullish candle, and then I put in another bullish candle, and I just exited the trade. When that happened, I was up like 800 and ended up taking only 400 off of it, or a little under 400 actually. Tricks. Yeah, I'm with you, Cedric. I think that it'll still go to the daily low. If we're already down this close to it, this is probably just. It's no different than how sometimes price will go straight to a volume level and stop just a couple points before it, and then it'll do some stuff for a little while, and it's like when people start to sell heavy whenever price gets close to those levels, because they're like, oh, price is definitely going to go there, so they'll start to sell in advance, kind of front running the whole move. And I've seen that happen enough to where I see that they'll lift it right before it gets to that level, essentially trapping those sellers. So that's that.
It also retraced, like, what is that, 50% retracement there? Just kind of going back up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
going back.
If it goes any further than that, right, then I don't know if it'll make it back down to the low. But if it's, that's just kind of based on Fibonacci and stuff like that, just from what I've seen. But maybe, it's just, it keeps pushing up. I can't see the order flow to see if there's like a lot of sellers up there or if there's limits, but That's something that I would be thinking about because I don't know, it keeps pushing up, and that's like right now we're at like 50%.
Right. Let's see if I still have any. Let me see if I still have any sort of book map, like if it even works at all. Yeah, this mug is pushing, man. It is just straight on
Yeah,
up.
it just wants to keep going up, and that kind of makes me think.
Oh yeah.
That daily low never got hit. That's kind of what I'm starting to think, but yeah.
Yeah, let's see what happened exactly at 10. Oh, it turned around, dude. That's so crazy. I don't care what nobody says. That 10 o'clock, man, is crazy. Where
It's just
you
a
see,
power
dude, it just comes right back and does its thing.
We're at yesterday's was it yesterday's high or yesterday's daily low? That's what we're at right now, right?
We are at yesterday's, well, we were at yesterday's low. Now we're retesting yesterday's low right here. That's
Right.
what that line is.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, cool. Yeah, we got to see what happens around that level.
Damn, to not buy like 5 minutes ago.
I was focused on those Titan signals to see if one would pop up on the way up, but it didn't. There was one candle that it got really close on. I don't know if you can see that. If that had been a Titan, that would have been the perfect Titan.
What should I say here? Yeah. It's been kind of crazy
That
the
one
last 2 days with the price action. We haven't had as many Titan signals setting up. They're good when they set up, you know, but still.
It's almost too trendy.
Yeah.
Just one of them days where you just might as well wait. Wait on the good one.
Yeah.
I got about $25 off that low. Yeah. What you think about that one setting up, Ken?
Let me see.
That Titan.
It's right at VWAP. VWAP is at 47. We're hitting it right now. The trade looks fine to me. I mean, it's just another trade to me, but it's seeing it right there at VWAP. I would be targeting the partial TP just because we're trading into VWAP, which normally could act as a resistance level or at least pull price back. So I would probably just be in and out of this one. Just get it, get out, and get in, get out. Delta's lined up. Everything's lined up.
There it goes.
There it is.
That was a good one.
Mm-hmm. We are right back at where some big sell orders came in that pushed price down to those levels that it was at. This is where
Yeah, like that.
this is where all the trading came in earlier, like a bulk of
Yeah.
it. Which on NASDAQ, my POC is still at 600 right now, which is where all the volume was. The orders came in at 665, POCs at 600. Midpoint of the day is at 689, so 690. I mean 590, my bad. There's just a lot of stuff right inside of here, all around 600. I wouldn't be surprised now looking at it this way. I'd see price probably push up into that 600 area. And plus, you can see this little consolidation right in here. Just a lot of stuff happen here. Volume. I had a nice little range there too. Look at that. Breakouts, breakouts, breakouts.
So that blue zone that you have right up above that Titan is a volume area, right?
No, I just drew that based on the range, so I can see that the candles were closing inside of here and rejecting with wicks on the outside. So I just drew that up just because I think that price will go up to that area.
Could you consider that to be an order block?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't really
Do order block?
do order blocks because I don't know if there's an order block there or not. It's I could tell where there were some orders. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
like I guess I just don't fully understand the concept of what exactly an order block is. Maybe it's where somebody took over and pushed price the other way. Maybe that area is supposed to be defended later.
That's like kind of what my understanding is of. But I guess, and if I'm wrong, by all means, I could one make the argument that that area that you just had highlighted is, where price could react down since at some point, sellers took over and pushed that down. So that could be an opportunity where this could potentially happen again, or just keep going up slowly and whatnot.
Yeah, so if you're gonna consider it an order block, I'd mark it up like this because obviously I don't know. I'm a little conflicted on that because see, like the thing is, yes, this might have been the candle that caused the final nail in the coffin, if you will, that caused the breakout. But a bulk of the orders and trading happened inside of here, so a lot of it will be silent. A lot of it will be silent. Maybe this area will be defended. And then what I would do is I would actually go on to Addis and I would look inside of that candle and I would actually look at where the orders happened, and they came in at basically at 569.25. 569.25. Right there is exactly. Oh, that's actually kind of crazy because look, this candle's high.
Yeah, look at that.
Let me look. The high was 67.25, so it didn't quite hit it. But I don't think that they work completely on exact zones, exact prices. Anyways, I think it's more of a zone. And with that being said, I see more of a zone between 77 and the low of the candle, which would have it more like 77 and the low of the candle. This is where a bulk of the trading happened right here. So if we were to see an area being defended, I would assume that it would be that area in there. But there's, I mean, there's volume all the way up to the
Interesting.
top of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
still a lot.
just another reason to take a trade. You know, you're gonna win them and lose them. The best thing you could do is just try to be trading in the direction and you know, make the most of your winners and focus on small losers. You could always control how much you lose on each trade. You just have to be intentional about it.
You got to stick to your guns when things go south.
Yeah, true. And when they won't, you know, the thing is too, they won't really go south as long as you are I mean, it's just trading. You're gonna win, you're gonna lose. That's always part of it. You're always gonna win and you're always gonna lose. That's for sure. But you can always look for these lower risk trading opportunities. Like, you know, if you see something that you know typically works, right? Well, like most of us know, like, okay, I can see you know, this normally happens and then that happens, right? There's a couple things that you notice happen constantly and all the time, and when those things happen, you execute on them. And when you see them things happening and it's a lower risk than normal, you definitely execute on those without thinking, because low risk is low risk.
Sounds good. Yeah, right. Low risk. Always sounds good.
See, this is why I don't like trading around right around the VWAP and instead using it as a target, because when price gets around VWAP where all that volume is, it starts to chop and churn a little bit, and so it slows down quite a bit. I'm seeing some pretty big limit orders underneath, stacking underneath price right now, so it almost looks like they're trying to hold price up. It's the biggest limit order around here. It's down at right on 60. Right below the low, so they're like, don't do it. A lot of sellers right up here around 600 level. So when price comes here, right in here, we're gonna see what happens. Midpoint's at 89, POC's at 600, and there's just lots of volume inside of here. Something's going on. Oh, there's huge limit. The same thing on MNQ as well. Lots of, a little different on MNQ. See, that one just got eaten up. Yeah, 250. Yeah, there's a lot of trading happening right here, right now. This is lots of trading. See, and I like these zones too, because look, if for whatever reason we decided, oh, you know what, let's sell this zone. It already tells you how much based on your risk setting. I could already see, well, if I wanted to trade this, 740 is how much it would be. That's a big zone, so it'd be a bigger risk. Obviously, it's a
I
red
missed this
zone.
whole candle. Damn.
That's all right. There will be more candles.
Yeah, it's moving all right.
Yeah, I know. I did pretty good. Other than that, though.
Mm-hmm.
It just looks so good. Is that you like getting an alert that
I'm trying to fix something on Addis, and I am logging in and logging out. So you're hearing me logging in and logging out over and over again because I'm trying to.
Gotcha.
I'm trying to change something. I'm just on my other screen. Couple of nice trades on ES with the Titan there. Couple TP2s.
TP Tuesday.
TP2s.
TP Thursday. Okay.
Clyde, you still here?
I'm still here.
I bet you're glad you stuck to those Titan trades. That was easy going for you today, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we've even lost. Let me take a look at what we've had so far. Since open. So since open, we had 1, and that one won. We had 2, and this one did not work. So we had 1 winner, 1 loser. Then we had the third one, and that one did win. So we had 2 wins, 1 loss. Another winner. So we had 3 wins, 4 wins, 5 wins, 5. So we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've had 6 trades, 1 loss, and 5 wins on Titan alone. I can't believe we never hit the daily low. Not today. Darren, are you in here?
Yes, sir.
Have you seen the error on the chart today?
No, I haven't seen anything.
Sweet.
As of yet. I mean, it was really weird the way it would work though. Like it would just come in waves. Like there was, I don't know, it was yesterday. I mean, I had to reload it over and over and over and over again. So hopefully, I don't know if there's something going on with me or because it doesn't seem like anybody else experienced, at least to the extent that I was. But so far, so good. Thanks for making that update.
Yeah, no worries. So then
I'll let you know if I see it though.
Yeah, good. Let me know, and we'll see what we gotta do. I fixed it. I found what the actual issue is. When you send me that message, I went in and I looked at it and seen exactly what it was. So should be good.
Well, I'm done, guys. You guys have a great day trading. I'll see everybody tomorrow.
All right. See you later, man. It's a good Thursday.
Definitely is. Definitely is.
Yeah. This week flew by for me. I don't know about you guys, but it was just quick.
Yeah, it did. This should be the last busy day at my job, and the rest is smooth sailing until like halfway through January.
Oh, nice.
It's too tight.
Oh, nice. I just won a trade. I wasn't looking, but I sold up here. It was 250 bucks, about 250 or so. I just seen Delta curving over, and I just put my stop right up above value area high, and I should have traded down to the POC. That would have been an extra $85, which stacks up. I mean, that's an extra $1,000 when you look at it over 20 accounts. 85 bucks is. So, but I'll take it. I'll take it. Give me a Titan. Where you at?
Yes. Profits keep coming to me.
Nice. Wow, this thing keeps going too. I really like scalping these right here. They win so often.
Like scalping off of what exactly? Just like
these zones right here. If you enable the breakout mode, I've got it set up where you can change the TP to a scalp like this, and yeah, they just win so often that I like them. I like trading them. Like especially, I mean especially the scalp. I mean, a lot of them do go 1-to-1, but like the scalp is like just almost guaranteed.
And what settings do you have on that for your filters on the zone?
This is default. This is just straight up default settings.
Okay.
Besides, I've got my risk set to 500. That's all. That's the only thing I've changed.
Yeah, I see.
Well, got a Titan trying to go. What's things look like? It's like the market looks so good today, being just like straight up and straight down. Anyone else would look at the market and be like, "Wow, look, that looks so easy." But honestly, like to me, it's so much harder to trade like that whenever it's just shooting straight up and straight down.
Well, you always think you've missed the trend, right? Like
Yeah.
it's too late to get in.
Yeah.
I mean, if you just followed the CVD and the TV blast, even if you got in like a quarter of the way through or halfway through, it still would have kept going.
Yep.
But I mean, you never know, but it feels like you're too late.
Well, I'm just thankful I got these volume zones because they give me a lot of structure here. I mean, you see, I was expecting we opened up all the way up here. I thought for sure we'd run for that 700 level, but no, we just pushed right back down here. But it came straight to 400, which has a lot of volume here, and then boom.
And once again, it like I had mentioned before, not every time, but it usually comes back to where it opened.
Yeah. Yep. So it did its thing, that's for sure.
Still pushing down.
Is it? I'm working on something else right now at the same time. Oh yeah, it is. Man, the Titan didn't set up in time, but it would have been all right.
Like now, it definitely feels too late to enter anything to sell. It'd be like an impulse sell.
You never know. You never
If
know.
only we did now. If only I could see like at least 5 seconds into the future. Just 5 seconds.
That'd be a huge edge.
It'd be insane. Just 5 seconds.
You'd be a cajillionaire.
Yeah. Even if it was for 3 seconds, you could make millions of a cajillion dollars.
Mm-hmm.
If you could see that one fat candle just right before it happens, it would make those sound effects too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, everybody have a good day.
See you later.
All right. All right.
See you.
Why is my computer going so slow? What's happening here? Mhm. Let's see here. What did somebody say at 8:11? Sorry I missed you here. Delta 710. Hey Ken, I just joined the program. Passed my eval just off the YouTube lives, even with the 30-second delay. Love the streams and mindset behind the methods. Thanks. That's awesome. Look at that. That's great. Yeah, and I don't know if Delta's on here or not, but it oh yeah, I see you in there. So I noticed, man, that is a 30-second a pretty massive delay. But hey, it makes it worth it to come over here and get in. I mean, this is as live as you can get on Discord. I mean, we got no delay here. So 710, is that California by chance? 710. 710 area code. Sounds familiar. 710 area code isn't for a public location, but a special U.S. government code. Who are you, Delta? Special government code. Government emergency telecommunications. Well, that's awesome. And welcome aboard. We're happy to have you here. I was wondering if people were seeing those or not. Those YouTubes, because I started putting this on YouTube.
Hey Ken, since this is near the POC, you wouldn't trade this one, would you? This Titan right here popping up.
Let me take a look at it.
Weekly POC, just to be more specific. I think that's what you were saying earlier. Had it
Yeah,
marked on.
we're actually below it now.
Okay.
It don't look too bad. I'd
Okay.
say we had sellers pretty aggressive, then we had buyers step in. I think it looks fine. I think this looks all right. And we've got pretty good sellers here. Dude, I actually just took that trade, but then when that new candle opened, my screen glitched as I was dragging my TP, and somehow it made me place my TP right at current price. So it literally, I made 1 point. And I don't know exactly what it was like. I was dragging
Hilarious.
the TP, and then the chart just glitched, and then bam, I was out. Well, all right. Yeah, what we could hope for is the weekly. What I've got as my weekly VWAP is at 553. So hopefully that's used as kind of a wall, right? You could think of it like a wall between current price. I mean, between where it is and I took the partial TP on that. So thanks for the heads up. I was actually working on something else and wasn't even looking at the chart, but that just made me some money. What is going on? There we go. Did you TP on that?
I did, yeah. That was good.
Mm-hmm. Quick little 200 for me. Well, actually, I think I might have got a little more. Let me see. Let's see. Do a mid-session check-in here on our profits. I haven't done very much trading today. Today is way slower than yesterday for me, but this is my results so far. Yesterday was just crazy and it was easy, so but that's what I got here so far.
I got a $25,000 account, and the 5% limit on 1,500 is like $75.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sticking to it, because really it doesn't matter how long it takes, does it? As long as it gets there.
As long as you're having fun while you're doing it.
That's 1,500 across 20 accounts every day.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
75 bucks. Me and you kind of think a lot alike. I'm kind of slow rolling it myself too. Until I can get a big enough buffer, and then I can maybe trade a little NQ here and there. But especially on the days when Titan is hidden, I guess I can jump on NQ on a day like that. But for right now, I'm just sticking to MNQ. One contract per account.
Yep. Yeah, that's the right idea. Just take it slow. Seriously. Just take it one step at a time. The thing is, what a lot of people got to realize is you're going to be doing this. There's no reason to be in a hurry, because you're going to be doing this. Your plan is to do this for the long run. So, you could be in a hurry now, but I mean, we're all adults here. Everyone should know how the world works. And, typically when when you rush through things, you don't do them as effectively, right? There's there's literally everything in life. People say to slow down, take your time, and be, quality over quantity, all of that kind of stuff. But they just, and even like people that want to be doctors, surgeons, lawyers, this and that, they're willing to go to school and do all this stuff for 5, 10, 15 years and take all this time. Trading, you can make more money in trading, and it's actually way easier than any of those professions, but people want to rush through it, and it's because they have full control over the scenario, the whole thing, and so but you know that you're not supposed to do it like that. So if you just take it slow, and I know I say this a lot, but if you can find a way to enjoy the process, the good, the bad, you know, all of that. Just show up, execute, get used to doing this. And the most important thing is setting good habits starting now, right? If this is your first time coming in or whatever, like setting good habits now and just realizing that this is how trading is, this is what it's going to be. You're not going to like every single part of it, but you got to set those good habits in place. You show up, you execute, you do it again, you do it again, and then you're going to show up and you're going to do the same thing over and over and over again.
You hear that, Julie? He said we're all adults here. you know what's interesting? That's me. I'm just messing with you. But my dad was big into real estate, and he made like millions off it and whatever.
Yeah.
But and then he went and died before he showed me anything.
Oh no.
But yeah, I know. I mean, I moved down to Texas to get these life lessons and whatever, and then he got married, and she kind of shunned everybody, and you know, he's not allowed to talk to anybody. So I didn't anyway. But I follow a lot of people in real estate, like Robert Kiyosaki level people.
Yeah.
And they show you how to, you know, really get real estate, no money down and all that stuff. And I knew there was a way to do it because my dad used to do it. He just never showed me. And I would bounce, you know, like shiny object syndrome.
Yeah.
In between what we're doing here in real estate.
Yeah.
And it's really nice to know how to buy with, you know, and know what's going on, and the real estate brokers are the people that probably know the least compared to someone that's an investor. But nothing touches this because you can't compound like this.
Yeah.
You can't scale like this. And even those people that are making lots of money, there are so many gears that have to be oiled in that. And my wife is going through a course that teaches everything about the transaction side of it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, all the classes she's going through, I'm like, that is way so much more complicated than what I'm doing. You know, everyone looks at my charts, and I got like 6 screens here, and it looks really confusing and stuff. But you know, it's not. But I'm like, what you're doing is way more complicated than what I'm doing. All these charts and keeping track of contracts and, you know, liens and stuff. And I'm like, last year, it was last year in December, I was focusing on this, and then we had to move out of our apartment. And I'm like, I don't want another 12 months lease. I'm too close to this. And so we moved into this not really good house. I mean, this is scary, like termites, or not, what do you call them? Cockroaches. And she seen a mice the other day. And I'm like, yeah, but we just have to do this for another maybe month or 2. Okay. And then we can, like I heard yesterday, it goes, we can zip code change.
Yeah. Zip code changing money.
And like, we're too close. I don't mind the bugs. It's only for a month or so, but there's nothing that touches this. I mean, like you were saying, you go to a university to become a doctor or a dentist, you're going to be there for 8 years or something, and then after that, you have a bill to pay. You know, and so you're going to be like, I'm like, there's nothing like this, and unless you're in this group and you've been attracted to it by your own volition, you can't talk someone into saying, "Oh, this is really good stuff. You should check into it." You know, if you're looking for investment opportunities, their mind it can't wrap around this. You have to be looking and hunting for it, and then you find it. And that's the same thing, I think, with you were asking yesterday about muscle gains and stuff like that. There's a lot of information about everything out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this is, I don't see the payoff is too big for the I mean, what do you need? A computer and a good internet.
Yeah, exactly. There's another TP, by the way. It really is. But you know what? That's the thing, is it's one of those, it's the craziest thing, and it's so interesting to be part of because it is the most simple thing to do, but people love to complicate it. You know what I mean? It only goes, if you actually think about how simple trading is, it only goes up and it only goes down. So what stops you from being successful is yourself. Every single time, you know, the micromanaging of the trades and the wondering and the trying to figure it out. You know, it's and people try to become good traders. They think that a good trader knows something that other people don't know, and that's what, you know, people will literally, they think that I know something that they don't know, you know, and I might know some things that people don't know, but that's just knowledge. It doesn't, you know, that like I could, you know, like, you know, order flow or this or that. Yeah, there might be some things that I've learned that other people don't know, but there's a lot of things they know that I don't know. But when it comes to actually trading, you know, when it comes to actually trading, it's all it is the main thing is people just doing too much. If you will do less, you'll see more. That's guaranteed. And you know, I love to say it because it's true. If you when you think about, like, all right, everybody on this call right now, I guarantee, I know for a fact you can make $50 a day, right? If you had a 50K account, you could make $50 a day, right? And maybe you risk, you know, X amount of dollars and whatever, however you want to make it complicated, right? But you know, and I know you could make $50 a day. So if you can make $50 a day, what's the difference between making $500 a day? It's the rules, right? The rules. So you have different sized accounts, you have this, you have that. So if you could make $50 a day, you can make $500 a day, but you're, and I'm not saying you directly, I'm talking to anybody who needs to hear it, but you're trying to make $500 a day too early. If you just started making $50 a day, you're not going to hit any, so you're not going to hit any restrictions, no trailing drawdowns, none of this, none of that, none of this, none of that. Right? If you just sat there and made $50 a day for a year straight on your accounts, and you had a big buffer and all this kind of stuff, it's just about knowing the size account you have, your own performance, how well you know you trade, and then using the right size at the right time. So there is no difference between making $500 a day and $50 a day. The same buttons were pressed, but the only difference is people trying to make $500 a day when they don't have the buffer for that. And it's the same thing they did with Forex. They would like to deposit $100 in, or $1,000 in their account. I've seen people deposit $10 in an account before, and their plan is that they're going to trade that $10 to $100, and that 100 to 1,000, that 1,000 to 10,000. So look, I mean, that was the thing back with Forex. There was no prop firms, not like there is now. And so they would put $1,000 in, and they would immediately start trying to make $100 off that $1,000. That's a 10% increase. And while it's very possible with $1,000 to $2,000 leverage, yeah, it's possible, but it's not sustainable long term. You take a few losses, you can't be risking 10% of your account and expect long-term gains, right? And so you know, but you know what you could do for a fact is on that $1,000 account, what did I say, $100? That's yeah, that's 10%. So what would, you know, if you just tried to make, say, $10, right? I know for a fact you could take $1,000 Forex account and make $10 every single day and walk away. But people won't do that. They want to hit $100, $500, and so on and so forth. So it's, you know, if you just look at that specific pattern, it's very clear where the problem is: trying to make too much too fast. And so if you just, because y'all know, you could probably say it out loud and feel that it's true. You could say, I could make $50 a day, especially after you've been up thousands, down thousands, this, that, left, right, you know, and all of this. Making $50 a day is a walk in the park. And if you would just show up and do that every single day, if you have bad habits right now, it's a good chance that if for the next 60 days, if you set a max profit of the day for like at $50 or $100, and you just let it auto, you know, you took a trade and you just walked away or whatever, right? You just took a trade and you just walked away, then the chances of you making $50 or $100 every day is very, very likely. And then you do that for the next 30 to 60 days, you'll probably be further than if you just keep doing what you're doing right now. So it's just people that stop themselves from being successful. It has nothing to do with the strategy, the trading, this or that, because if the strategy isn't
So
working,
how you going to separate that from personal development? You say, I don't want to beat you guys down on this, and I talk about it a lot. I'm like, you have to, because you can't.
Yeah.
You just went through 3 minutes of telling me there's really no way to separate personal development from being able to do $50 a day. And I don't even say it's discipline. Discipline, you can kind of say, yeah, you should have discipline, whatever. But no, you have to have the mental development and the understanding and the growth and focusing on that mental development to get to where you're talking about. Then the discipline comes with that, I would say.
Yeah, you have to be able to clearly visualize it. I might be breaking up. I walked to the other side of the. Okay, I'm back. So, so that's why I've said this a lot of times as well, is that this is my own belief. I don't think that you can be a successful trader unless you hold that image in your mind. If you can't hold the image of what it looks like to be successful, if you haven't thought that far into it, then I don't think that you're ever going to be successful. A lot of people are just working towards that first little goal, whatever the goal is, pass an eval, or get to the payout threshold or whatever. That's their one goal. So they'll reach that goal over and over. But if you haven't visualized past that goal, like, all right, I'm going to get the evaluation, and then I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do this. And if you haven't created a little bit of a plan and make it really clear, I don't know how people do things on an everyday basis. It drives me crazy when I'm working with people and they don't have a clear plan of action. Because how are you gonna know what to do next? And how do you you need to be able to achieve one step and immediately move into the next one. And why even start something if you haven't fully thought it through? So so yeah, I don't know, I think that they go together.
Folks just be doing stuff, Ken. Sometimes folks just be doing shit.
Yeah.
Anything. They don't care what it is. They just want to do something.
True. Well, what I just missed this. What the heck just happened? Did it hit TP or did it hit stop loss?
It hit TP, but I wonder what made it whipsaw like that though.
It was it was a new hour. New hour.
Man. Sure did. There's a lot of volume in there too. It's a lot of volume. It popped up on what you call it here too for me. On Addis, I see a lot of orders in the bottom there of that candle. Yeah, I think they go together though. Mindset and your trading. So I don't think you will be able to separate them. And I know, Sheldon, I'm always saying, I hate to say this stuff. It's the only reason is because I've had over the years and years and years, I've had so many conversations with people where they don't like it when I bring up the mindset type of stuff because they think that it has nothing to do with them for whatever reason. They think that, and I get it because there is a lot of kind of woohoo out there where you start getting into like magic and like people call it law of attraction and and like things like that. And I get that, but there is scientific proof how thinking certain ways causes you to take different actions. And so if the actions that you're taking right now are causing you to lose your accounts, you need to take new actions. You're not going to take new actions without having new thoughts because it goes like this. You have your thoughts, right? And your thoughts, I don't know the exact order, but I've seen a thing like this and I really like it. But you have your thoughts, and your thoughts are influenced by your mood, right? Your mood and your emotions, and those are influenced by your attitude, right? So there's a whole thing. So like, depending on but it all starts with your thoughts. If you're thinking a certain thought, you're going to have a certain attitude, which is going to cause you to have a certain belief. And everybody on this call knows that at one time they felt that free feeling where they're just like, they're very content, very happy, and they just feel free flowing. You can feel like that all the time if you choose to. And you know that when you felt like that, maybe you had a lot of money in the bank, maybe everything was working for you, you felt really safe and secure, you felt good, and you felt positive, and you felt kind of unstoppable. You probably did things that you may have not normally done. Maybe you took a risk, and made an investment that paid off, or you just feel different, you feel more confident, and you make different decisions. So if the decisions you're making now are not causing you to make money, you need to make different decisions. And you're only going to make different decisions if you have different belief systems, and you're only going to have different belief systems if you have different thoughts and attitude about life. So it's all one, to me, it's all one big thing. It's what works for me. So I can only teach what actually worked for me.
Well, Ken, it's truth. I mean, truth is universal. I mean, and it's truth. You can't get out. You can't get away from truth.
Yeah.
And I get where you're coming from. I mean, I know a lot of us are, especially if we come from a Christian background. I mean, sometimes when we hear things like that, we've been told that it's new age and all that, but no, it's really not. It's truth. It's universal truth that applies to everybody.
Right.
Just like the law of gravity,
Yeah.
just like the law of motion. I mean, just like, nobody can escape any of that. So, yeah, our thoughts and our mood and our actions and our decisions. I mean, again, it's not prejudice.
Yeah.
It's just that we have to dig our minds out of the way we've been trained to think and try to adapt to a new way of thinking. And sometimes that makes us feel a little uncomfortable because your body is going like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
We're not used to feeling this way. This is
Yep.
new. This is different. And then to compound that with bad teaching or things that we've learned over the years that we've become accustomed to, or
Yep.
even some of the pain that we've anesthetized ourselves in, it makes you a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And like I think I heard you say one time, you'll be doing good for a minute, but then if you're not careful, you'll end up going right back to what was comfortable because
Self-sabotage to put your
just
in order to
exactly.
realign with your current nervous system state. Yeah.
Hmm.
And then it's crazy that the body and the mind and the brain is just trying to keep you safe. That's all it's really trying to do. Is just it just wants to keep things normal, but you got to look at it what it is. I mean, what it is, like, a lot of people are accustomed to daily stress, and that
Yeah.
is that they'd rather stick with what's normal to them than to go into the unknown, and in the subconscious mind knows it best. When you start stepping into the unknown, it's going to say, hold up, let me make sure that you're safe first, and it's going to throw, just imagine it's like a little delivery system like Amazon. It said, oh, hold on, we're going into some uncharted territory. Let me deliver this thought to you, and that'll make you think that certain way, and that'll trigger that stress hormone, and then that'll make you take a certain action, and then we'll be back in normal, and that's why I said one of the craziest things, when if you will focus on self-awareness, do all the research you can on self-awareness and start becoming very self-aware, because when you decide that you're going to make a change, and I call it this, I say that everybody has a baseline vibration. Let's just call it a vibration or a state of being. Everyone has a specific baseline frequency. And so here we are, we're all walking around with our baseline frequencies. It's how we wake up in the morning. We do the same thing. We wake up every day and we make sure that we get ourselves to that baseline. You notice that every day you wake up and for a minute you don't feel like yourself. You have to do a couple things around the house. Your mind has to wake up, but before you know it, you've done enough routine tasks in the morning to where you now feel like yourself again. Meanwhile, everybody's always saying that they want to change. They want to change, and but here they are doing the same things every day. They're doing the same things every day, which is putting them in the exact same state every single day. But anyway, when you decide that you're going to make a change mentally, physically, and all that, first it happens in the mind every single time. You decide, I'm going to be more disciplined, or you decide, I'm going to get skinny, right? You always decide it in your mind first. And in your mind, it's easy to think about. You say, yep, that's my idea, I'm going to do that. And you think about that idea. And then you say, all right, I'm going to embody that. And so you start to you temporarily change your baseline vibration. And most people can hold that for a day or so. It's the same thing like a diet. You start a diet, it's always easy like the first day or two, but then after that, sometimes you fall back into your regular way of thinking. And so you have to be able to be self-aware enough to identify, it's calling, it's trying to pull me back. I can actually see things happening in my life, and my mind is thinking certain thoughts that are trying to pull me back to that baseline, that my old way of being. And I made the decision to be this way. And so you just have to almost this is what I have to do, is I just have to have a little conversation with myself. I talk to my girlfriend about it a lot, as I'll tell her, hey, you know what, I noticed, that this was happening, or I experienced this. And I love those moments of awareness where you can see the old you trying to hold on to every last little bit it has, like, no, don't leave me. And then you say, and I tell my girlfriend, I say, this is the moment right here where I make a decision. I could be comfortable and I could go back to my original baseline, or I can make the decision right now, no, F that. I'm changing, I'm doing it. I'm already this far. I'm gonna push even harder. And you make that decision to boom, and when you do that with trading, that's why I said you have to have a very clear idea of what success looks like, because you need to be able to stay on track. You need to say, what does a successful trader look like? What do I look like as a successful trader? And it's not having an advanced this and advanced that. It's your daily activities, your beliefs, your what you do each day, in terms of how disciplined are you, because we've already talked about this a lot. The problems, the problem is not with trading. You're bringing the problems to trading, and trading is just reflecting those problems to you. So you're impulsive off the charts, that's going to show up in the charts. You're not disciplined, you don't do what you say you're going to do, you don't keep your promises, this and that type of stuff is going to show up in the charts. It's going to be reflected to you. Trading is a great coach, right? If you'll listen to it, and if you're self-aware enough to actually see it and do something about it. And that's why like a lot of people won't succeed, is because they don't have any sort of self-awareness. They won't look at it. They'll say it's the strategy. They'll never take accountability and say, I'm just not consistent, with what I'm doing. And again, even if somebody tells them, look, you're not being consistent, you're not being disciplined, you could point it out to them right there, and it won't matter. They'll say, no, I gotta change my strategy, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. They refuse to work on it. They'll say, well, if I just had a strategy that was more clean and clear cut, then I would be succeeding at this. instead of just saying, okay, how can I become a more disciplined person in general? It would literally help you out. Your family would be happy with that change. You would be happy with that change. You do a lot of better things if you just became more disciplined in life and then show up to the charts that way. So
And you know, one thing that I also noticed too is that that pathway to getting there it's not linear. It's not like it's the point A to point B type of thing. Sometimes if you've really been entrenched with your own, you know, blocks and things like that, like it can take some time to you'll make some progress. You'll have a little tiny regression here and there, right?
Yeah.
And then it's important to kind of identify like, oh, I'm doing that, right? It's the self-awareness that you were talking about, right? You know, being able to identify, okay, here's my mistake that I've made, but I know that that's a mistake, and here's my step forward to take action on not doing it again. And you know, it's going to be like, for me, I'm still battling that. You know what I mean? I feel like months into the mentorship, I'm still fighting that myself. Like there are moments where I'm like, why is my finger so itchy? Why do I want to buy right now? You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. And I will catch myself, but the fact that I'm catching myself, I feel like is progress. And the fact that there is some movement towards discipline is, you know, it's not linear. You know, it can go kind of like, you know, a little up and then a little down, but then you're making progress as long as you're always understanding that you can make those mistakes and be self-aware, you know?
Yeah. And that's why I keep saying, just have fun right now, because everybody wants to get in and make money immediately. But if you were going to be a doctor or a judge or a whatever, lawyer or whatever, you're going to have to put in that time. You're not going to be miserable. Like imagine how crappy your life is going to be if you say, I want to be a doctor and this is going to be absolutely miserable. That you know, the next the next 8 years I'm going to be absolutely miserable until I make that money. You know what I mean? That's how people approach trading though. They're like, I want the money. I want the money. I see everyone else getting the money. Well, you don't know everyone else's story. You know, you don't know how long they've been at it. You don't know. They have nothing to do with you, you know, and you have nothing to do with them. So don't be comparing yourself to them, first of all, and just if you'll enjoy the process, it's just like anything else in life, and just like they say, time flies when you're having fun. So if you can figure out a way to show up, the way that I propose you make it fun is to forget about the P&L and focus on the strategy like it's a job. Like your job is to show up and execute the strategy. You're like an investigator, and your job is to identify if the strategy is profitable. But the only way you're going to know is by checking it over time with perfect execution. You're like hunting for gold, essentially, right? You're hunting for gold. Now your job is you're hunting for gold. So what you're doing is you're methodically testing and checking each strategy that you decide to use, and you're checking it just like you're digging, right? You're digging for the gold, and you're checking. Well, once you discover that the strategy is profitable, then you can start mining, right? Then you have the gold, you know? So there's always going to be some work prior to it, however you look at it. And then you will, I thought I was hearing an echo. So, but yeah, you know, so it's the same thing. It's just, I'm just saying what I'm saying here to try to plant some seeds, you know, and just keep people focused and patient and having fun. The more you can do that, we're going to be here every day regardless, trading. So might as well have some fun with it.
100%. I'm excited about starting that process back up again. Learning it with you. Yeah.
Screw it. It said bottom. That's not the science side.
A nice little TP here. I was actually thinking we at some point we end up buying, but I guess Delta. Let's see, what is Delta doing now? We got Well, we had some divergence. We had some divergence at one point, but that's already played out. I'd say now, yeah, it is looking good for buys.
And it's odd because this one placement of that previous Titan signal made me think, oh no, we're definitely not pushing down if we've already failed one. But you're right, it's kind of confusing when you see this movement. The price action really doesn't fit the divergence that you have on CVD, so kind of odd.
Yeah, well, that first Titan here, there was nothing in terms of divergence yet. It was actually lined up. If I would have looked at, yeah, if I would have looked at that first one that just now disappeared, if I would have looked at that, I'd have been all right with that trade. Based on everything that I was seeing at the time, I'd have been okay with that trade. But this new lower low that came in right here, that was divergent. So, and it's tapping into volume that's inside of this candle right here. If you were to put a volume profile on that candle, look, actually, I think I have one.
Oh, you can see it right there. Yeah.
Look.
Oh, wow.
Let's
Yeah.
see. Oh, this is a 10-second. So it would have actually been, I think. Oh, it's not even going to draw back that far. Okay. Maybe if I look at it on this chart.
You're on a 10-second right there. The other one.
Yeah, I'm looking at this one here. I was trying to see if it 850. It was this one, but on Addis my volume profile looks different. Let me see it like this. Yeah, so you can kind of see like what I mean, that this is the volume area of that 1 minute candle right here. This would be a 1 minute, or no, this is a 5 minute candle. That's probably why it looks so different. So yeah, this is a 5 minute candle right here, which is fine. It was whatever, but you could see price. This is where all the volume was.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what it does. It's not really pushing up yet.
Yeah, it may go down to that 25,460 maybe.
Yeah. It'll test that low before it goes back up, back to the, I guess, point of control here.
Yeah, I'm pretty much, I think I'm pretty much done trading, but I'm just kind of watching at this point, and I'm working on some stuff on my other chart as well, or on my other screen.
Oh, Ken.
Yep.
I purposely wanted to take advantage of the sale for $19. Can't beat it.
Mm-hmm.
And I told myself I'm going to do this, and I'm going to give it more than one try. So in total, I bought 7 accounts, but I passed 2 of them. So, and the other ones I failed because it was like, super high risk. One, I was like literally $50 away, and then it went the other way. But I don't know. For me, I thought, you know what? For the amount of money I spent, now I've passed 2 evaluations, and then now back to regular trading.
Yeah, you know what would be awesome is, imagine if they. I doubt that they would do this. I think they probably think about this too much. But wouldn't it be cool if this sale ends and then they launch another deal where they're like $25 PAs, and so everybody that got the PAs for $20, could then go and, I mean, not the PAs, but got the evaluations for $20. If the next deal was a really good PA redeem, type of deal, that would work perfect. I doubt they would do that. They got to think about it more than that, right? They're not.
I mean, there is, they are good. It's good value, even if you want to do regular trading. But if you go into it knowing, okay, like this is a total gamble, I'm willing to spend like $20. And it's funny because, you can reset it for $60. Well, I'm just going to cancel it and then buy a new one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, why would I reset for 60 when you can just cancel and then buy a new one? It's like literally $19. I went into it with that mindset. Okay, I'm going to gamble. And I thought, I passed 2 out of 7, now I have two 2 more PA accounts.
Right, right. So did you already have you already redeemed them and you've gotten the
No,
PAs
I
then?
haven't redeemed them. I haven't got the email yet.
Right.
So I'm assuming maybe later today or whatever, but they were 25K accounts. You need to make 1,500 on both of them. I made like, I don't know, 1,600 something.
Yeah. Very nice. I love to
Were
hear
you
that.
in Q or was that M and Q on those?
Oh, no. That's NQ. I'm trading usually 2 full lots, and sometimes I dollar cost average in for another 2. It's a maximum of four complete contracts. So I mean, when you're trading 4 contracts, wow, that moves fast.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to be sniper on your entry and on your take profit on those.
Well, if you go for the full 4, I mean, you can do just 1 contract and then, maybe do 5 or 6 trades at, like $200-300 each. Someone was talking about last night, there was a big move and I actually posted in the profits. I caught that move on the one and that one helped me pass. It took me 20. Yeah, it took me 20 minutes and I think I took about 4 or 5 trades or maybe 10 trades or whatever it was. But it was like this massive drop and I got in on that.
I was watching it at 5 o'clock and I was like, you know what? I bet you it goes down. And I just never checked again. And then I checked this morning. And I was like, oh, cool. A sweet drop, how I thought would potentially happen. A sweet drop.
Mm-mm.
The one thing I would recommend to anybody though, just to make sure, if you fail one of the accounts, and you don't want to renew it, make sure you go into your subscriptions and cancel it. Otherwise, a month later, it's going to renew on its own.
Good heads up on that. Yeah, because you could get messed up. Imagine you're trying to save money and then that happens.
Oh yeah, a month later, you like renewed 10 of them at like whatever it is.
Right, and yeah. I was about to say, and that's at the 50. A lot of times they change that to 50%.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And yeah, exactly.
Imagine you got 10 accounts and they all renew at $100 unexpectedly. No good.
And they are a little sneaky too when you're buying it. Like there's a checkbox beside the coupon thing and it says like, I will not use the coupon. Like, why would you even put that there? Like, to me, it's kind of sneaky.
The other thing too is shoot, what was the other thing? I was thinking about it as you were talking about that and I forgot it. Yeah, no, I forgot it. It left. Oh yeah. Why can you not buy 20 accounts at one time? Why do you have to? Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but
individually,
my bank started blocking when I was doing that, when I was paying for my performance accounts.
Fraudulent. Yeah.
Now, also remember that was the last day to do it, so I only had X amount of time. No, so I didn't get notification from my bank. I got no email. I got nothing. But after I paid for 3 PAs, my 4th one, the payment just would not go through. And normally I immediately get an email that says transaction has been blocked due to, this or that. Press OK, press OK to continue, to allow the charge. I got no emails. I got nothing. I waited like 15 minutes, tried again. Same thing. The payments just stopped going through. I ended up waiting probably like an hour, and then I was able to go buy 3 or 4 more, and then the exact same thing happened to me. So I don't know if it was something on Apex side or what, but it actually took me like 3 hours to buy all of my PA accounts because of that whole situation.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So yesterday, you know how I mentioned, hey, where did the little up arrow, for the symbol when you're either in a buy or a sell?
Yeah.
All it was, there's a column for symbols. You can move that column like larger or wider. I just had to make it wider and then it would show. I had it truncated and it would hit it blocked off. That's all.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
See if we get a buy down here. Yeah. We're in this zone here. This is the same zone I was talking about earlier that we tapped into. I don't remember who I was talking to, but I was talking to somebody, and we are here now. Something looks kind of weird. Hold on. This is a 1 minute. This is a 1 minute. Okay, there we go.
There we go. All right. Wow, they did go down to that 460. I wonder if it'll go to the 4 a little further.
Yeah, I'm watching it to see if this zone holds up right here.
Yeah. Maybe go to 450. It's
I'm in a trade right now, and the connection on a trading view and trade ovate is broken. Obviously, I'm talking to you guys. I've got internet, and I can't get out of it. I'm screwed. I can't even get into trade ovate now.
Can you log in with your phone?
Oh, there you go. We'll try that. Dang, this sucks, dude. I think. Sorry.
You have stop loss in place and take profit?
No, I tried. It wouldn't let me put it in. Like after I put the bid in, it was like I put my stop loss in or my take profit, and it was like failed. I'm like,
do you have a daily risk setting?
No. Now this is going to be the never have that problem ever again because of this.
pushing up.
Well, bad timing, Sheldon. I hate to show you guys this, but I freaking scooped that trade at the low. Look at my entry. A $65 risk.
Wow.
I'm gonna just close that because I didn't really analyze where it was gonna go from there. So I'll take that 600 and go to the bank.
Yeah, I got some of that one, Ken.
I bought it because we were in the buy zone right here, and we were like points from the bottom. I said, well, look, I would have already entered it. So, the candle closed, and well, this candle was pushing down, and boom. The only thing I could have done better is add to that position.
Hey, Ken, how are you getting the entry, the stop loss, and the take profit on that zone indicator?
You have to enable the breakout mode, and then choose your risk to reward and choose how much you want to risk on each trade. All of the settings are right here in the bottom.
Oh, okay. Okay. Enable breakout mode. Okay.
Yeah.
I just enabled the breakout mode, and you said choose your risk to reward.
Yep.
Is there any number there? Is it just either the default, or are you doing like?
So what I would do is that's up to your account size. Do you mean the risk to reward, or how much you're risking per trade?
Well, yeah, account size. I'm doing the $25,000.
So don't risk. There's no reason to risk more than 5% of your trailing drawdown. So so that part's easy. You'll enter that number into these settings. Your risk to reward, I like using 0.5. I could always go further, but like right now, I'm up, and I'm green, very green for the week, for the day. So if I can hop in and just snag a couple more winners right now on a scalp style trade, that's kind of what I'm doing right now. Is I got plenty. I'm looking for low risk trades where if I take a trade, I'm gonna lose a very small amount of money. So I kind of barely chip away at my daily profit. But but I've got reward potential. So look, I'm right now where I'm at is I'm looking for very low risk trades and very probable take profits, and a 0.5 is a very probable take profit.
Yeah, I remember you saying that that was a good number, that 0.5.
It just hits it a lot, yeah.
Yeah, and where's that? I'm looking on there now. Where do you adjust the 0.5 at on there?
Look at my screen.
Okay, I see it. I see my risk to reward. Okay, I got that at 75.
So
Okay.
so put a check in enable breakout mode, and then risk to reward put 0.5.
Okay.
And then you can leave max trades at 50, and then risk per trade you need to choose. Look at how it retested that zone and fucking just took offline.
Got you. Okay, I got it, Ken.
All right.
Yeah.
And this
All
also
right.
has alerts too, so you guys can enable alerts. It'll tell you when the zones are creating, when they're possibly creating, and then it'll tell you when they actually created.
Awesome sauce.
Well, I've got to update my numbers in. I got to update my numbers in what you call it now, because they have changed. I was at 727. I'm at 1900 now for the day.
Wow,
Sweet.
awesome.
Nice. All right. Clean the top of it out. Yeah.
There it is. Dude, I can't believe that freaking entry. That was crazy. But you see, like, just to give you an example, talking about how trading can be so easy, it's just like that. Like, look, we have a buy zone. We're supposed to buy here. Okay. And so price was 1 point from the stop loss. So look, I would have already bought up here when price was 23 points away from the stop loss. So the fact that it was down here, if I think that price has any chance of turning around, why not go ahead and just buy here and use the old stop loss? Especially if I know these setups normally work anyway. So yeah, I basically had like a couple points stop loss. It was, you saw in the screenshot. I wish I would have saved that, but it was a $65 risk. That was my entire risk on that trade. $65. I made $595 off of that trade after fees. 65 for 600. Do that a couple times.
Hey, where's the spark? Where's the place you do the max drawdown or max loss?
Max loss. You mean like where can you see it on Tradeovate?
No, like I can adjust it so I don't lose. Like what just happened, my connection dipped out and I'm in a trade.
Okay, so let me make sure I understand what's going on exactly. So you're trading on Tradeovate, right? Have you got your order fixed now?
Yeah, it came back up. I mean,
Okay.
it was like a $19 loss, no big deal. But
Okay.
I wanted, like, I hit exit market and
it was
nothing
not working.
happened.
Okay.
Connection lost, and I'm like, oh crap.
And you were doing this on Tradeovate?
Yes,
Okay,
Tradeovate.
so I'll tell you something that I have as a redundancy backup, because this has happened to me before. Is if you've got your phone and you normally have your phone next to you, and let's just say your computer has Wi-Fi on it, something you can do just to, I'm just putting this out here and then I'm gonna answer your question. But if you will go ahead and connect your computer later today, go ahead and connect your computer to your hotspot so that it's saved and remembered, and it will easily and quickly connect later. If you ever lose connection at your home, you could immediately pull your phone out, turn on that hotspot. Your computer will connect to it quickly because it's going to be scanning for the network, and then that'll give you a connection. Because like what just happened to you was either on Tradeovate's side, which if it was on Tradeovate's side, they should be able to fix the issue. But if it was on your side and you just lost connection temporarily, I know what it's like to be scrambling for internet when you're in a trade. And the easiest, most guaranteed way to create an internet connection real quick is that hotspot on your phone. So just, have that in your back pocket. Now, to answer your question, go into Tradeovate, top right corner, you'll see application settings. Click on application settings, and then if you're using group trading, you only need to set this up on one account, but you'll have your list of accounts there. You've got to one by one go through the risk settings and just enable daily loss limit and just type in the number. So if you just type in that number and then copy it, then you can just go through each account, copy, copy it once, press save, go to the next account and save it, and go on and go on and go and so forth. It's at 9:30 now, so it's 2.5 hours. How are you guys doing? Does anyone need any help with anything?
I'm up about 138, which is nice.
You in the green?
Yeah, in the green. I'm like doing some stuff throughout work. If I swear, if I sat on my computer for the last like hour, I'd probably be up a lot more because I haven't been looking as often. But every time I do look, I see a bigger push has been made either north or south. But it's cool. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Profits will come.
It's been pretty volatile. But I'll tell you what, I was as wrong as could be on the overall direction today. I was totally convinced that it was going to be bullish today, and we we opened up, and I was telling Cedric, I was like, yeah, we're probably going to go right up to that 700 level, and no, she never went up there. She just went straight down to 400. I thought 500 was a stretch. It went all the way to 400.
One of the things I've noticed that I recognize as a competent trader, something that you want to feel is I don't really feel any FEMO anymore as much as I did. Okay, to say that, but it's a lot more. I picture myself as a trader that's accomplished and consistent, as not someone that's like scrambling for anything, because there's so many fish in this sea. It's just, if you're doing FOMO, you don't realize you're in the ocean.
Yeah.
You don't see how many fish there are. Maybe there's not a school presently passing you by, but if you get in the right spot and just sit there and wait, you're gonna find it. And I feel a lot more relaxed in that state. I notice myself taking deep breaths and exhaling and saying, this is at least, at least I'm in the right spot. It's not like the IML days where you have a menu, an inch thick. You're in the right spot. You gotta pick one or two things. Everyone's got the correct mindset in here, which is pick one thing and just play with it like a toy. Don't just destroy it and mangle it. Just
build confidence.
Yeah. So that's I'm grateful. I don't know how I ended up here, but I guess when you're hunting for things, like when I was hunting when I was a little kid, like in high school, I was hunting for, because I weighed like 120 pounds. I was like, man, if I could just gain some weight, and you could see me when I stood sideways and I'd be invisible.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, how do there's so much noise out here on these bodybuilding magazines and stuff. Like, this was in the 90s and stuff. And I'm like, there's just too much, everyone's got their own routine. All these people are experts,
Yep.
And then I found this, I went to the gym and the guy that owned the gym was like, listen, I'm doing an experiment. He's like, you guys come in consistently all the time. You have no idea what you're doing, but I have a friend that's writing for Iron Man magazine, and we're trying to duplicate one of these experiments Arthur Jones did. He's the creator of Nautilus equipment.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's not ordinary. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger lift 6 days a week, 2 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy that Arthur Jones mentored, Mike Mensner, he lift twice a week, half hour. And if you get the same results, which one's more efficient? It's kind of like, do you want to go to 8 hours of medical school or 8 years of medical school?
Yeah.
And try to make the money we're making here? I want what's more efficient, because in lifting, it's very hard on your body, your joints and stuff like that. When you're, treat bodybuilding as a 8 hour, a career where you're there 2 hours a day, 5 days a week. And this guy over here, he's got the same results, and he's doing it for 20 minutes twice a week. Am I stupid? I want to know what that guy's doing.
Right. And that thing you just sent me today, even that, or I don't know if you sent that to me this morning today or last night, but what you sent me about that guy that was working out and saying that the high intensity workouts, do what actually works.
You got to think of your muscle as a balloon. Like when those clowns blow up those balloons, they make into shapes.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of effort to blow that stupid little thing up for the first time.
Yeah.
And that's what your muscle is. You got to jam as much blood in it once. And once you've stretched it, you're done.
Yep.
You go away, give it a whole 7 days to recuperate, and then you do it again. But if you just sit there and it's like turning a light on and off, flick the light on and off, on and off, and on. What are you doing?
Yeah.
You want the light on, or do you want the light off? I mean, our bodies were made efficiently, and for us to assume that, we got to do this, 2 hours, 5 days a week, it's not. Then all of a sudden, it's not that efficient. It just seems like, wow, I'm chasing my tail.
What's funny is that I used to have a personal trainer. I had him for like a solid year, and I didn't need a trainer, but I enjoyed the release of just like going to the gym and he was a cool dude, so just hanging out, talking to him, and and he had me on these hour workouts where we would, we'd show up, and he'd be telling me, go there, and we would just be talking. He was like a surfer guy. He was an older guy, but he was a surfer dude from California. So he just had all these old stories, and just really enjoyed my time there with him. But I hated these 1 hour workouts. I was so bored. I'm like, I don't need an hour workout, and so I changed it to 30 minutes against his wishes. I was like, look, man, I'll do 30 minutes. Like that's you got me for 30 minutes. I can't be doing all for this long. And so he so I did that. But exactly what you sent me today, or whenever you sent that to me, where it was those high intensity workouts. Now I don't have a trainer, but that's exactly what I do, man. I get in there. I don't know how those people go and work out for 2 hours. I don't actually, there's nothing that I really enjoy too much about the process of actually working out. It hurts. My body's getting tired, like, yeah, you feel good afterwards, but I don't know. It's just how I've always been. I've never like been one of those people that just like truly enjoy, like could just stay at the gym, just pumping iron forever. Like I get in there, and you'll be lucky if you see me working out on things for more than 30 minutes. Like I get in there and I push it very hard, very as heavy as I can, very hard, and then I'm done. And then I'm gonna go hang out in the steam room, and chill out and things like that. Boom, that was an instant TP. I hope you guys took that. I put that up there way in advance. I just got out of that one too. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Perfect entry. Straight down. It's going way further. Anyone take it? Did you make the money?
No.
Why not? I had it up here for 5 minutes. We were in a red zone. It's okay. It's okay if y'all don't want any money.
I saw it. Didn't take it.
That was a pretty nice one. Wish I would have held it. Ran 1 to 4. All right, I should stop. My luck is gonna run out. Let's see, that puts me at a new total. See, I made on that trade just now. It was 315. 315, but the risk is what was awesome. Is 125. My risk was 120. 120 for 315. As you can see right here. That would have been my total risk. 115 actually. So from my entry to my stop loss 115. TP was 315. So like I said, low risk trades. That was, I don't know. I could have held on to that a little bit longer. It ended up going straight down to VWAP. Look at where I got out right here. So I got out here. If I would have held it to VWAP, I didn't have a really clear target. It would have been an $890 profit. I almost would have doubled my results for the day off of that. But I didn't know.
And on that red zone that you just took, how come there's a red area with a deeper red in the middle there? Are they two different things?
Yeah, so basically there's a zone here.
I see. Okay. There was one previously and another one showed up.
Exactly.
And your entry would you take the entry as soon as it taps that red zone, or do you wait until it's in there?
So I actually like to trade these as breakouts, right? That's why I've got that breakout mode. So in other words, when the zone is created, trade the actual breakout instead of the retest. But they can also be used as like supply and demand where, when price is retesting them. So what I was looking at, if you see this little zone, I had highlighted the high of this candle right here. Right. So we had this candle high right here, and I was watching it all the way from here. So when it touched this, I watched it. I wanted to watch it and see how it reacted. And then I was watching this area. Now I'm going to probably lose you a little bit right here, but look, the same area, you see there's that. And then here is, how I was just showing you that little spot right here, right? You remember that? And I said that it bounced right off of it. But look at, you see this zone that I've drawn right here?
Yes.
Okay, that's the reason for my entry. And so now that's one of the reasons, but look, let me zoom into the candle. You can see that what I did there was I highlighted all this volume that was inside of here. So I got all of this volume right there, right? Got all of this volume inside of this one, which this was also the value. This was also the value area. So I could have tightened this up a little bit and put it more like that right here. Either way, it would have included the volume of here, the volume of there. And you see how that was an untested zone? If I put it right here, you see that this is actually kind of untested. It was created, but the candle closed here, and prices never revisited this area. So look at all the confluence we have here. We have volume in that candle. It's untested. We have the midpoint of the day, which if we drew Fibonacci from the high to the low of the day, 50% is perfectly right here. And then we had, hold on. this right here, which was a high. So we were breaking above it, almost kind of like a liquidity sweep type of thing, right? And so it was just everything was there was a high. We were at the 50% of the day. We had a volume zone right there. We were outside of well, at the time we it's hard to look at it now, but the POC was here and the value area high was here. So we were out, we had expanded outside of the value area. And then I'm like, look, we were also just moving up, right? So it was just like, at what point is it going to turn around and is there going to be a selling opportunity? Now look at Delta. Delta was just going up. And then right here, we start to see sellers stepping in right there. And then price pushed up a little bit more right there on lower delta, lower volume. And so, it was just at that point, I was thinking, well, if there's ever going to be a sell, this is going to be a good place to do it, right at the 50%, right at the old POC. And there's a lot of reasons to sell there. And then that's just looking at this chart. When you add this on here, like you had noticed, we had volume zones, we had all that stuff right there. I had no clue it was going to go here. I wish I would have, dude, I wish I would have held on to that. If I would have done that, that'd have been crazy. That would have been $2,000 where it's currently at.
And your stop would have been above the high of the last green candle.
This zone right here. So I entered here and I put my stop right here. And again, the reason I did that was because in this candle, if you break down this candle, all the volume is inside of that area right here. So I didn't even put my stop above here. If I would have put my stop up there, see, that would have been a $300 risk. But I said, you know what, if I'm gonna take a risk, because I'm so green right now, I'm not willing to risk very much money. It's like throwing darts at a board right now for me, and they're $100 darts, and I've got $2,000 in profit, right? So, it's just like that. It's as meaningful as throwing darts right now. I'm gonna look for a great opportunity. I'm gonna throw a dart and see if it sticks. That is basically what I'm doing at this point in my trading because of where I'm at for the week. Low risk trades with good reward potentials. And it's a lot easier for me to just hold on to the trade and not really care what happens right now because I'm already green. I'm way above my level. Look, and now we got price coming right back down to here. Oops. Let's see what it does here. It's just ripping up and down. What I start looking for is, look at how price pushed up and look at how delta pushed up. Now look at how price pushed down in the exact same manner, if not faster, but look at how delta is being supported, right? So you see how this was intentional aggressive buying. Whatever's happening right now, this doesn't appear to be very strong to me. There's selling happening, but it's not very strong like this was. So to me, this looks weak, and I would look for buyers to start stepping in, and that's where I could go in here and I could start looking. See, look, we're in a zone right here right now. If I looked at it like that, oh, it already broke that one. So the next one would be, this is where I would start looking, is right here, inside of that area. So you could take a swing at that one. It'd be no different. This is a $90 risk if I buy right. If I buy right here, let me make sure it's perfect. And I like to check other things in here too. So we got the zone there. Go one tick below it. It'd be like this. Whoa. That was 5 contracts. I'm glad I didn't do that. There's 1. That's what I meant. So that would be like that. 18 ticks. So again, you see, it's just if I was to lose that, it's $90. I take a swing at that, and I could just go 1 to 2 on these right here, right now, or I could try and trade this all the way back up to the POC. If that worked out for me, that would be a $1,300 move off of a $90 risk. I'll take a swing at something like that.
Amazing.
Buyers appear to be stepping in though right now. So if so I could either watch it all unfold, I could stick to my original plan and only buy down here, or as price starts to push up, it's going to do the same thing. It's going to leave these little volume pockets in here, and I could look for price to retest back into here and take an entry. But I'm only going to do it if it's low risk. Like I'm really trying to throw $100 darts right now, like I had said before. And if that works, great. If it doesn't, then well, then I would lose the trade. See how this one, see the volume get stuck down in there? I like those candles. Normally it looks like a buyer stepped in at the low and pushed price up. All the volumes down here. So that would give me, oh, now it moved up. I was going to say that would give me another opportunity to enter one of those trades like that.
That's awesome.
It'd be even more awesome if I was in this though, huh? I thought it was going to go down there to that little trend line for sure. There's a $500 candle right here, 1 minute. Yeah, it's out of here. It didn't give us an easy flush. But I told you this looked weak, remember? As it was pushing down, it just didn't look like it was gonna do that. So look,
Yeah, I thought it was.
so here's one right here. So like, see, I could take a swing at this. Now this makes me a little more nervous because I'm at the POC. So don't be surprised if I don't lose this trade if it does come down here. 17 ticks. That's fine. If it retests into this area, I could look to take it. Oh, shoot. Yeah, all right, that's fine. And I could win it or I could lose it. Yeah, I don't like doing it at the POC. When it's at the POC, a lot of times it'll have a little battle at the POC, you know, so I really don't like, this is almost setting up for potential loss right here. What did I say, 85? It's too strong. Look at the sellers that we had come in here, though. We had more selling in this candle than buyer, and we had more sellers in this candle net than buyers, but the candle closed bullish, and it closed kind of up in its volume area there, so it's a little bit of a stronger close. Potentially have some sellers trapped in here, so when price breaks above here, if we may see like bigger amounts of sell orders come in, and if so, a lot of times that'll fuel this upward move right there. Think about sellers, they have a buy stop right here. since I don't like this trade anyways, I'm gonna make it even lower risk, and I'll put my entry right here on the POC basically, so it's even smaller. I'll go for 8.
And sorry, I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
When you pass an evaluation, how long does it take for the dashboard to refresh and to confirm that you can purchase it?
Today after the market resets, you'll get that opportunity. You'll get an email and it'll say, congratulations on passing, da.
Okay, fantastic. Great. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Good job. Sounds like you passed one,
Thanks.
huh?
I did. Yes, thanks.
Nice. Well, you guys look at this. So I called this one here. I mean, you couldn't have picked a better spot here, right up at the top. So we got a nice sell here, followed by an awesome Titan trade, TP2. It's an $800 trade, $900 trade, depending on your risk. Then we just now got another Titan right here, which we're reaching for that TP1 on right now. Everything looking pretty good here. Look, this one's lined up with Quantum. This one lined up right at the exact same time as Quantum. The market all day has been just like this. One way, one way, one way. Just like that all morning long is something else. Like perfect little waves. Like a fake chart.
Oh, I was eyeballing that push to the upside once it got into that little green zone that you marked. But I just got called away to like complete a small task for like 10 minutes. And of course, it's already running. I feel like I've missed everything today. It's okay. Everything's okay. Everything's fine.
All right. Hey, you guys, I don't know who remembers this, but on Tuesday, we looked at this chart because I had a break of structure. This alert right here was set for a break of structure. And we had talked about that we ultimately made another new low below. And so this actually would have been our break of structure here. But we had touched this area, given us our break of structure, showing us we go higher. And I said, just keep an eye on this chart, because now that it's broken this break of structure here, this is why I encourage you guys that are in mentorship to add these levels each week, because if you'll do that, it gives you a lot of opportunity and makes creating a bias pretty easy. You can use this on micros, but I told you, once it breaks this level here, or even shows that it can go higher than that level, there's a very good chance we're going to end up back at this level, especially considering we had the Fed rate, and that's supposed to push the dollar down, which means gold's supposed to go up. So if you remember, I know I say a lot of things in the course of a week, but if you do remember this one thing, it was specifically that we'd be buying gold up to this next level right here. And that's, this is a lot of money inside of there, from here to from there to there, talking about $50 change, lot of potential inside of there. And the main thing is just having a bias towards, I'm only looking for buys. I'm here to buy, that part right there makes it a whole lot easier. So we went there, and that's why I tell y'all every week when I do those weekly levels on the webinar, if you'll just copy doing, I mean, we only add a few levels. Like this week, today's Thursday, we've only hit 2 of the levels that we drawn. It was the one level that we talked about, and it was the next level that we thought it was going to go to. I said, if it breaks this level, then we'll go to that level. If it breaks this level, we'll go down to this level or into this gap zone right here. And so this next week on Monday when we redo our levels, all I'm going to have to do is delete 2 levels and add maybe 1, 2, 3, maybe 3 more levels to it. So it's an ongoing thing, but as time goes on, you end up having all of your levels. You only have to add a few in each week and delete a few. So it's a tiny amount of work for some really good potential. Well, none of these got hit, so I'll get rid of them. We're already back up now at POC. This is what I want. I wanted to trade from down here up to there, but I just literally never got the opportunity. It never presented itself to me in a low risk way. Look at Delta though, trying to push through the ceiling. It's just like squeezed in there. Wow. Franco, that's a really nice job if you're still here. I just saw your message over there, so quick update and officially done. That's massive.
Yes, I am just watching now.
Who are you trading with? What prop firm is that?
Apex. It's no, actually, it's I think it's 5 accounts from Apex and 1 from TradeAFA.
What is what platform is showing your P&L?
The copy trader.
Yeah, who do you use?
Trade Syncer.
Okay, Trade Syncer. All right. Trade Syncer. Syncing them up. Oh, nice little pop right there. All right, let's get rid of everything. I want to see if I can find one more trade.
You've been on fire this session, man. Happy for you.
Oh, here we go. There we go. It's $100 risk. Nah, it's in there already. If I didn't take it, then whatever. That's $100 risk. I'd rather take this one than this one. But then we also got this one, which is at the very top and right at 50% of the day. That's crazy. I probably will buy up to that area based on how Delta's looking right now. Oh, and we got a Titans going right here. Let's look at it. It's like an ATM today. Yeah, I bet we go up to that next level at 580 now. Nothing in our way between here and there, besides a little volume at 75. So from 75 and then on up to 80.
I just followed this Titan trade for TP1 and it closed out. Nice.
Yeah, them Titan trades are hitting. Absolutely hitting.
That would have been full fit TP. Titan for the win.
Yes, sir. And then now
I followed that one.
now we're at this next zone up here. Let me see if I can't let price go up in it. There, it's in there. Do I want to trade that? Do I want to? I don't think I'm
For
gonna
what,
do
like
it. I don't think I'm gonna do
as
it.
a short?
Yeah, I was thinking about selling right now, and basically it's 10 points. 10 points from 80. So if it drops back down to 7, basically, let's see here. But I feel like it's gonna go up higher. So 10 points. And then this was, it already hit 1-to-1. It was the one I had already drawn up earlier, but I just didn't take it just because it's like, I like it, but it's all the way up at the high, and I just feel like, why wouldn't it just go ahead and go break the high right fast? But nah, it's probably gonna go back down to 560 now. It gave a nice little trade off of there.
I just snagged me a short scalp for an extra, I think 200 right there on that one. I'm on the evals here for this one.
Yeah.
For that Apex deal that they have.
Well, I'm gonna hop off here, you guys. I'm gonna run out of skill sooner or later. I've really been hitting it today, so I'm not even gonna post my updates because I don't want to encourage. But I'm up to 26 now on all of them.
Yeah. Hey man, that's a blessing.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir, it is.
never thought I was gonna wake up today and make this much money. I will show you guys, but I'm just not gonna go put it in chat so you can see.
That's awesome, Ken.
Thank you.
God damn. Yes, sir. You have to love the opportunity that presents itself with trading. Like honestly,
You just trade one account?
No, I've got 40 accounts total. So now I will tell you right now until I connect them all, because I just got my other 20 this week. I passed
You
the
made
evaluation.
100K today, Ken.
Well, I didn't trade all the accounts. I made the 2,600 on 20 of the accounts. On the other ones, I have different results. But I had mentioned yesterday, because of some of the rules Apex has, I'm no longer going to talk about the second set of accounts I have. So to everyone from this point forward, I have 20 accounts, and we're going to leave it at that. But just know I'm on the path to 100 accounts. I'm not going to stop. Like, if the opportunity's there, I'm fully taking advantage of it.
it's insane. 100 accounts.
Yeah, I mean, nothing to stop you from going to other prop firms and then using a copy trader,
Absolutely.
right?
Very true.
That's exactly my plan. And I've gotten very, very clear on exactly how I'm going to do it and what I'm going to do. The only thing I'm not fully set on yet, and I'm checking now, is the copy what I'm going to use to copy this. So I'm just doing that in my own time, which will be great because I know that if I'm going to do it, you guys are going to do it. So at some point I'll have just like order flow. I told you guys I'd find the best platform for order flow, and it took me 2 months of testing and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars and hours, but we've settled on Addis. Addis is great for exactly what we're doing. And if y'all need help, I got you. I can help you with anything on here. So,
and real quick, when you have lots of accounts across different places and you're using a copy trading, would you consider, or would you think it'd be a good idea? Let's say you had, say, 100 accounts, breaking them up into 4 sections of 25 and only trading 25 like at a time instead of all at once, just in case something crazy happens with the copy trading or whatever. So you're not like putting all the accounts in jeopardy at one time.
Right. Man,
Not a bad idea.
There's so many things you can do. You know what I mean? There's so many things you can do. What I would say, can somebody mute their mic? I don't know what that is. I'm not at my computer, but there's a lot of noises. So let's see. Okay. So yeah, Matt, there is a lot of options, right? There's a lot of different things you could do. It's definitely an idea, right? If you wanted to be able to be a little more flexible and make sure that you don't get wiped out all at one time, but then at the same time it almost kind of defeats the purpose of having all of those multiple accounts, because the whole idea is to be able to take less trades and trade on multiple accounts, right? And leverage those. So
I guess if you put safeguards in place, like on a risk limit for every account, like I'm only willing to lose this much in case all hell breaks loose, you lose your internet or whatever.
Yeah.
Then I guess if you had those safeguards in place, then that you just have to make sure you do that. I'm always paranoid if I, or when I get to 20 accounts or 40 accounts, that something like that's going to happen and it wipes them all out.
Right. I feel you on that. It's a possibility, man. It's like that with 20 PA accounts. There's been a couple times where I have just, you almost want to have a heart attack because you've worked so hard on them for so long, and then something happens. One weird thing happens, or like what happened with Sheldon earlier, the internet, cut off, and it doesn't take long. It doesn't take long for something to go really wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the overriding principle is you've already done it.
Yeah.
So you can do it again.
Yep.
You have the skill.
They can't take that away from you.
Yeah. Nobody can take the skill away.
Yep, exactly. And that's the truth too. And they can't. And so you could always restart. And I've got money. I've already set up a plan for if I'm not going to say that I think prop firms are going to fail, right? So there's a saying for dirt bike riders, and they always say it's not a matter of if, but when, right?
It's when you're going to crash. Yeah.
Exactly. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And so it's not a matter of if, but when. And so I love to be prepared just in case. It doesn't mean I'm going to do nothing crazy or that I have to be afraid every single day. Most likely nothing will happen. But if something happens, I'm already, like I said before, within 48 hours, I've already ran a test scenario within 48 hours. If prop firms shut down one day and I lost all my accounts within 48 hours, I would be right back on stream trading like nothing ever happened. The only difference is I'd be trading a cash account at that point, right? And then we also still have, I know this isn't 100% ideal, but look, nothing's stopping us from trading this with regular brokers too. Like, there are still other brokers. Like I have accounts that I am holding long positions on Dow Jones on right now, and you could buy Bitcoin like that. There's, a lot of people, they say they don't have enough money to buy Bitcoin. You could buy Bitcoin on these Forex brokers with $1,000 to $1,000 leverage. and you could be holding on to it for the long run, and nobody's forcing you to close those trades unless you get a margin call, which means that's your fault. You went in too big. If you scale in and do it that way, you could be making money on interest right now. You could be making money on, anytime price goes down, you may find reason to add into your position if you can do so without increasing your risk. So y'all don't forget that there are Forex brokers out there that you can trade Dow Jones on, S&P 500. You can trade all that on, and when the market tanks like it did yesterday, and how the market has moved down so far, these are great opportunities for you to just buy without thinking. Buy the smallest size available on Dow Jones. If you have an extra $1,000, you could even with $1,000, you could start leveraging that in a regular Forex broker, and you could be buying when the Dow Jones drops down, and everyone else is saying, "Oh no, look, and it's his fault and it's their fault, and there goes our economy," and da da da. I'm buying every time that happens. I'm buying. I'm in there, and a lot of times I've already bought and I've already taken my profits. So when price goes back up, so just remember that if you're buying the Dow Jones or S&P 500, you're essentially betting on the future of America. Okay, so like if the Dow Jones and S&P 500 actually crash and are down and burning and everything's gone, we probably are going to have bigger problems to worry about than, oh no, I can't trade this or I can't trade that or whatever. Like we're probably going to have bigger problems to worry about than that. So so yeah, any chance you get.
And with the prop firms, I call it a race to the bottom. Everybody's trying to outdo each other with the best, the best to lure you in to get the most business. And I think at the end, like a lot of places will go out of business, and there's only going to be 2 or 3 major ones left.
Yeah, just like with the Forex prop firms right now, I don't know how many are left. I don't see very much about Forex prop firms anymore, but I know FTMO is still running. They've always been kind of like the main ones, the big ones, so they're still going. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Good night, or good day. See ya.
Are you out of here?
Yeah.
Bye. All right. See y'all later.
See you later.
Right.
See you later.
Let's see what
Good one.
I'm gonna watch it right here one more time.
Yeah, I'm looking too, Ken. That thing has been climbing up, man, to the top of the.
Yeah, it is. We had sellers step in 2 minutes ago, but they couldn't push it.
Yeah.
Ooh, I might have actually missed the opportunity. Might have been best to already have sold. They turned it around in this one candle right here. Let's see what this next one does here. We got a big buy limit sitting below current price. Oh, it got triggered.
Nice. I finally caught a nice one also. Nice.
Nice job.
Nice.
What did you do? Sell it right up there at the top?
No, but I had joined in on the buy up to these highs.
Okay, all right. Ooh, there was a zone. Ooh, there was a zone, and I missed it. See,
For selling?
We should have already been in this trade, but it would have been a
Let's see.
it would have been a bigger risk based on what I'm looking at. Let me see. Did I really mark that up right?
Keep pushing down.
You selling?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I definitely missed it. Dude, that zone's been holding up.
Yeah, it really has been down.
All right, everyone, have a good one. I'm out.
See you later.
Take care.
That's
Have a good one.
How low can you go?
Wow.
Man, look at that, man. I should have stayed in that. God, dog. That's okay. It is what you know. What Ken? I know you guys like Tradeovate.
Mhm.
No, I like TradingView a little bit better. I guess got to get used to it. Tradeovate.
Oh yeah, yeah. You gotta be used to it. It takes a little bit of time. There might be I was gonna say it might be a re-entry opportunity right here, but I don't want to tell anyone to.
Yeah, I hear you.
To lose, but yeah. So once you trade on Tradeovate for a while, you get used to it. It's the only thing that you can't do on Tradeovate is drag your stop loss and TP as easy. You have to kind of automate things with buy limits and sell limits. So I mean, buy orders and stop orders, sell limits, things like that. So so that's what you got to do. It's just what you got to do with that platform. But once you get used to it, and especially because remember, you're not going to be taking that many trades. So all you got to do is click the buttons a few times. I love being able to just click one button. Just click one button and there's my sell limit. There's my, I'm so fast at trading on Tradeovate. It's crazy how much faster and how much it actually helped me trading on Tradeovate. The execution is spot on. I mean, it's super, super quick. I like it all around. I just like it.
Is there a way to quickly set your buy limits, sell limits on Tradeovate? I mean, like, because mine just says buy market, sell market, buy bid, and sell ask. I mean, I don't. When I'm looking at it right now.
Wait, say that again. Is there a way to do it?
When you look at the ribbon across the top, it says buy market, sell market, buy bid, sell ask, and then it says ATM off, day, and something else.
Most of the times you're not going to be hitting. You can all right, you're gonna have to do a little bit of research. So there are big advantages of understanding how to use buy bid and sell ask and things like that. So there is definitely some benefit to being able to do that. But you need to understand why you would need to do that, when you would do it, why you would need to do it, and so as long as you can mentally understand that, then it would make sense for you to buy bid and sell ask. So, but if you don't know why you would be doing that, then it's a good.
Yeah.
The best thing is, hold on, I want to see if I'm really curious to see if at 629. If we get a sell, there's a little low risk opportunity, about $100 from 629 up to about 635 or so. Just an idea. Here, let's see. What I say, 620? I mean 35. So that's about 25 ticks. Okay. Anyway, so look, a little Titan just popped up in here and won.
Yeah.
So yeah, now buy bid sell ask. Okay, there's those options are there. They will help you with your with your entries, but you need to understand when and how to use them. And you're not really going to use them unless you would normally. So you have the button that says buy market and sell market. You know what those are. Those are your typical buy and sell. You're going to buy or you're going to sell. Those are pretty typical buttons. If you're going to use buy and sell, the next best step that you could do to improve your trading is buy bid and sell ask. So stop using market orders. Stop using buy and sell, because first of all, you really shouldn't be using market orders anyways, because that's more reacting to the market instead of anticipating it. So see, I don't really use buy and sell buttons very often, because I'm typically placing a sell limit and I'm waiting for price. I'm anticipating that price is going to visit a specific area and then fill me in and then go another direction or continue going in that same direction. So I may use a buy stop or a sell stop, or I'll use a buy limit or a sell limit. Now, in the case of buy ask or buy, what does it say? It's a buy bid or sell ask. You know, that's basically when you want to get in the market right there, right then, right there, right around that specific area. But the only difference is you're not going to cross the spread in order to get that entry. You're going to get a little bit better entry if you buy bid or sell ask, because it's going to actually set it as a pending order instead of just executing at market, which is then going to send a market order through, and then the matching engine is going to basically give you the next best price, which is going to be the worst price compared to where you actually want to get in. So if you use market orders, you're always getting in at not the price that you wanted to get in. You're always going to be at bare minimum one tick off. So your price is not as good as what you wanted it to be. But if you will use instead buy, bid, and sell ask, your entries are actually going to be where you want them to be, but you're going to run the risk of not getting filled at that order, or I mean at that price, because price might not go there.
Okay.
And so let's see, it's almost to that 629 level. What I would do is I would try to, oh, it tagged it. Let's see. It's a 125. I'm trying to see. 125. Okay, so far we're holding up. Oh, it hit 1-to-1. I didn't have time to draw it, but what it was 629. And I said this was 35.
Mm-hmm.
And I put my TP at 19. Ooh, how dare you?
When it just hovered above your TP.
Yeah, I got to at least break even on that.
Hilarious.
I hate when that happens.
One takeaway.
Oh, you guys can't. I'm on the other screen, so you can see where I got in right there. Oh,
Yeah.
look, man, that's so unfortunate. Look at how close. Look at that.
Oh my god.
It happens.
Hey, this has been a great day so far.
Tag it. Whatever. If it goes any higher than that, I'll just exit out of this. There. Well, that was a good try. It hit that zone. Nice though, huh?
Yeah, it did. Look at that. Great reaction.
Yeah, so to finish answering your question, Ray, try not to use market buy and market sell, because that means that you're most likely in an area and price is fleeting. It's going away from if you're trying to press buy or sell, then that means that you are actively looking at a trade that should be taken. It's already ready. That sounds chaotic to me, first of all. It sounds scary to me, like I don't know, it doesn't feel very controlled. It feels like I just looked at the chart and I'm like, oh my god, I have to buy right now, I have to sell right now, and that doesn't sound very good to me. The only time I'd recommend pressing buy or sell is if you have a zoned out area where you've mapped out where like you're thinking about selling in this entire zone. What's that? Oh, you're thinking about selling this zone right here that we're in, and you've already defined it, and then price comes up, right, or whatever, and then boom, and so you're just in here, and you're like, okay, I could sell anywhere in here, and that'd be fine. That is the only time that I would recommend ever pressing the sell button, because at that point your entry doesn't really matter. It's not like super important that you get a certain price. And a couple ticks isn't going to destroy your risk reward. So that's really the only time that I would do that. But if you get yourself into a habit of using limit orders, then you don't need to click those extra buttons. I'm
Okay,
echoing. I don't know why, but yeah, you don't have to worry about pushing those buttons. You're only going to be clicking on the chart, pressing. You're only going to be clicking on the chart, and you're only going to be pressing buy stop or sell limit or sell stop and buy limit or whatever.
So you left click. If you want to do a limit below price, you left click. It'll put a yellow or an orange line there, and then you click sell, and whenever it hits that limit, you'll be in, right?
On TradeOvate, I only use left click. Yeah, and it automatically does its thing. Hold on, let me look at this sell real quick. There's a $60 trading opportunity at 633, but your stop has to go right at 36. It's $60 risk, $70 risk, something like that. All right, so okay, looks like this. I went and took a swing at it because this will basically be that little that'll be that little tiny profit that I just made if it holds up right there. I'm watching that. Okay, so on TradeOvate, let me see. I never right clicked before, so I don't actually know what happens if you right click. I should probably not do it until this trade is over. Oh, it's over. All right, so let me right click. Right clicking, yeah, a right clicking does nothing. So yeah, you left click, so it will automatically do it. If you left click below current price, it's going to give you sell stop and buy limit. If you left click above current price, it's going to give you sell limit and buy stop. So it makes it pretty easy for you. You only have two options, right? You only have two options, and it's the ones that you would use, either the sell stop or the buy stop or the buy limit or the sell limit.
Okay, yeah, I'm doing that now. Okay, I see how it works. And then if you click on where it says new there, it'll go away. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
It makes it really, really fast and easy to take your trades.
So if you do it above, it'll give you sell limit and buy stop. And then if you do it below price, it'll do sell stop and buy limit. Okay.
Yep. Which those are the only type of orders you should be taking anyways at that place on the chart. Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, guys, I'm gonna hop off of here. Done all my trading, and I'm done. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. What is tomorrow? Tomorrow's Friday. So tomorrow's Friday. We'll end up the week, finish it up good. You guys stay disciplined, stay strong with your trading plan, and let's finish this week off good. I know a lot of people have had a good week. We've had some great trading this week.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Stick with it. I'll see you guys later.
All right, Ken. Thanks a lot, buddy.
Thank you, Ken.
Thanks, Ken. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.